How to avoid a bidding war while buying a house. Welcome to this week's edition of the Real Estate and Mortgage Show, and I want to share with you some methods on how to avoid bidding wars when attempting to buy a home in today's highly competitive marketplace. First of all, with a little bit of sarcasm, I can tell you that there is a certain way to avoid bidding wars, and that, of course, is buying a house that nobody wants. I say that in jest because who wants to do that? But really, I get calls from time to time from buyers that say they want to avoid a bidding war. We don't want to get involved in a bidding war. We don't want to compete for a property. Well, those days are gone. That ship has sailed. So if you're trying to avoid a bidding war, if you're buying something on the MLS system and the property is half decent, you're not going to avoid that bidding war because let's face it, only homes that nobody wants is what's selling without bidding wars. Overpriced homes, homes that need a lot of work, homes in poor locations. Those are the homes that are avoiding bidding wars. Who wants to buy those? Okay? Because the one thing I want you to understand is that bidding wars are inevitable. In fact, I did a podcast a little while ago on 10 steps on how to buy a home in today's competitive marketplace. And if you haven't heard that episode yet, go back and listen to it. But it gives you some great tips on dealing with multiple bids. But, getting back to why we're getting into bidding wars, the MLS system, when a home goes on MLS, it goes on to Realtor.ca, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. Realtor.ca has over 1.7 billion visitors to individual property pages on an annual basis. So there is a lot of eyes on that system looking for real estate. So that's why you're getting into such competition. Not to mention, Realtor.ca also is the background database for over 10,000 additional real estate sites. So when a home goes on MLS, it goes on Realtor.ca, it goes on over 10,000 additional real estate sites. These homes are getting blasted all over the place. So now, insult to injury, what happens when a home hits the market? Typically, these days, most sellers are underpricing them. They're underpricing them because they're trying to create a real frenzy on the property, getting a lot of people to come and look at it and create multiple bids. The other thing they do, of course, is they delay offers. So when the house hits the market today, they usually say they won't entertain offers for the first 5 to 7 days. Okay? And they build up that frenzy of people that want to buy their property. Usually sometimes 5, 10, 15, 30, 40, 50 people that want to buy the property. It goes crazy. Now, the other thing that does is it almost surely results in unconditional cash offers because the buyers that are competing against you are trying to make their offer look the best. And they do that by taking all contingencies out of the offer. No condition on financing, no condition on inspection, no condition on sale of property. That's all gone. So unless you're willing to get your hands dirty and compete against these people, that's what you're up against. Okay? So these are the challenges. But is there a solution? Is there a way really to try and avoid bidding wars in today's market? And I would say there is one solution. And I would say that solution is hire a real estate agent. And when I say hire a real estate agent, I mean enter into a buyer representation agreement with that agent. Because once you do that, you're not only going to be exposed to homes that are on the market, you're going to be exposed to potentially off-market properties. What do those agents do to find off-market properties? Well, first of all, they start off by looking at the expired database. So if you have a particular criteria of homes that you're looking for and they can't find it on the MLS because we're starved for inventory, they will go into the expired listing database. These are homes that were on the market before that came off unsold. Your agent may reach out to these sellers and see if they potentially would entertain selling the property. This would put you in a situation where you may not be competing for the property. The second way that they go about finding off-market properties is they look at the for sale by owner database. Now, I know that you could probably do that on your own, but you have an agent that's skilled and knows the market and can reach out to these sellers on your behalf to see if they would allow them to show your property. Now, will there be a commission involved? Of course there will be. That's how agents earn their keep. But really, in the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at properties selling for 50, 100, 150, 200,000 over list, there's no real estate commission paying $50,000 in commission. It's only a few $1,000s. So let's not lose sight of the forest for the trees. Okay? The other approach that I would suggest that your agent will look at is houses for rent. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't want to rent a house. I want to buy one. And yes, that is very much the case. Most houses that are for rent are looking for potential tenants. But once in a while, we'll reach out to a landlord who may be just tired of being a landlord and will entertain the idea of selling it. So your agent can negotiate that on your behalf and arrange a private showing for you, and now you have no competition. And then the last point that I would suggest is looking for homes that have been on the market longer than the standard time that it takes to sell a home. In today's market, that's usually less than 7 days. Okay? So have your agent look for homes that have been on the market longer than that. 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, or longer. Now, I don't want you to get into that situation of buying a house that nobody wants, but perhaps you're going to encounter a seller that is finally at their wits' end. They just want to get rid of the house. They're tired of the process, and your agent has negotiated an excellent deal on your behalf with no competition. Those are basically the points that I would share with you, and I hope you take advantage of them. And if you would like my help in helping you find your next home or sell your next home, please reach out to me at 519-240-0360. Thank you for listening.